what we need is a searchable JSON index, because this is kind of a, well, I wouldn't say downside to Astro, but they have an amazing system to retrieve posts. So I'm going to show this to you. Like I said, you have .astro files, and they use front matter. So front matter is these 3 dashes, and the 3 dashes allow us to have JavaScript, TypeScript, or something like that inside, right? And that's so powerful because this can just get all our Markdown files, and it will parse the content, so that will automatically get all the fields we need. So this is basically what we need, but we can only use this in Astro files. So we can't use the Astro fetch content in the JS file. So creating the searchable index, I found a little hack around Astro, which I also shared on my own blog. So what we can do is we can create a search.json.astro file, meaning it turns into a search.json file, but with the Astro extension. That way we can kind of just like use front matter. So what we can do is add some front matter. We can fetch all our posts, and then we can map through them, right? So we're going to use Node to run a script that will populate our index. So if you even have an export or an XML feed of your products, you could literally use that to populate this. So this is where Typesense becomes very powerful to me. We go to this step now. We're going to populate our search index with these 3 posts. So generally, you want to populate with a lot of data, but we only have 3 posts. So it should be enough to demonstrate what we're going to do. Just heading back to this post. Right. So what I found is that we first need to delete the old post collection, right? Because a static site generator only builds the site on build time. So once we build, it generates everything, and it doesn't like update on refresh or something like that. So it just means the easiest way to go about this is to delete the whole collection and repopulate it. Right. So we can just add this before a post scheme. So here. So what this does, it will delete the post collection if it exists, and also will just log an error saying that it can't delete it for whatever reason. So it could be that it doesn't exist. So the first step is we need to create a search.astro file in our page directory. So I'm just going to go here, search astro, and then we want to have some front matter. So as I said, front matter is kind of like the brains of your page, right? So what it does is it can import component. I forgot to mention that. That's also what makes Astro very powerful. So if you're familiar with React, you can now use this stuff like as a base header or whatever. And that's really powerful stuff. So you'll see in a minute how that works. Then we can define some variables just to make things easier. And then the HTML for it is, I'm just going to paste it like that. And that's basically our main page. The last thing we want is the post build command, which is basically very easy. We already created this. We just need a way to call it. So I'm going to go back to my code, and where we define this is in our package, right? So what you can do in any npm package is you can say, I want to define a post build. So this will execute after the build is done. So the build is this command. So you can say post this command. You should run, and then we said node source lib typesense.js. So every time our build now runs, it will execute this command. Oh yeah, what I wanted to show you guys is that this Typesense is pretty amazing in terms of how good it is at, like, so let's say we do this. So 4, obviously a full match, but if we do 5, like, it still finds what we're looking for, because, like, you know, it can just react to that, and it's like a fuzzy search, which is pretty amazing. And yeah, that's about it. So that's how easy it is to add Typesense to an Astro or any static site. Then we have a question from Sleepwalker asking if can you use Gatsby plugin on Typesense. I'm not sure if there is a plugin already, but you can definitely use Typesense in a Gatsby website. So that would almost be the same, probably even easier, because Gatsby would be able to use the npm package for the search interface. So the search interface would be actually easier in a Gatsby website.